There's been an interesting rumor floating around, and I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. I think today is a great day to talk about it. This rumor is that Fanstoys has a masterpiece design for every character in G1. Now, I'm going to classify this still as rumor, but it would be real fun to talk about and real interesting to see exactly how far Fanstoys will go and how many designs they have. We're going to talk about this coming up. So the fun part of entertaining this thought is the fact that Fanstoys is what's really keeping the Masterpiece third-party transforming community alive. They're putting out more figures than any other company, and a lot of them look better than what Takara does or has done in the past. So that's when we start to cross this line. And I'm going to start with saying I think Fanstoys could do way better with Ironhide and Ratchet. I never really thought they looked that great. I even passed on them initially and just got the KO. And I'm still only sort of okay with them. I think Fanstoys would do a great job here. Wouldn't it be awesome if they have a design? Then we start looking into Carbots. Now I know Bad Cube went down this route trying to do a sideswipe, and I don't know if that one was as well received as they would have liked, but I have one of them. I actually have Red Alert. It's okay. But would Fanstoys do a superior job? Would Fanstoys be able to beat them? Now this is kind of where it goes into question. A lot of people like the MP39, and it is a pretty good design. But would Fanstoys be even better? And I'm perfectly happy with a lot of stuff that I've gotten from Takara, and don't feel I need a new upgraded version, but a lot of people feel like we need a better Trax. Would Fanstoys do a better Trax? And all of these Carbots would feel so much better if they had a little bit of diecast. I cannot deny that. I cannot deny that, and Fanstoys will put diecast in it, and it'll have a premium look and a premium feel, and so it's really hard to say that I wouldn't want any of them, because I probably would want all of them. Then getting into Fanstoys Seekers, like, if Fanstoys made Seekers, would they make them look better than the Make Toy Seekers? Would they be able to, well obviously they'd be better than Takara's. But then we get into kind of the whole, I personally am Seekered out. I'm kind of tired of swapping out multiple different versions of Takara Seekers. And then now we got the Make Toys, and now they're hard to get, and all of that stuff. And then we jump on board with the Fanstoys. I think a lot of people would jump on board with Fanstoys. I still think Takara's got one coming down. Who knows? Okay, let's go ahead and look at some combiners. Now we know for a fact Fanstoys is working in this space already. They're making 2 combiners, which who knows how long it's going to take for them to get out. I mean, I'm just saying who knows how long it'll take. But I really would like to see them tackle Computron next. If I've looked at all the combiners and what is available in the scale to match the Zeta and the Fanstoys and the DX9s and all of that, we don't have a good Computron. Fanstoys would do a great Computron. I'd be on board with every release as they come out. I think it's exciting. Wouldn't it be fun if they did a Computron? And then after that, I'd like to see them work on a Defensor. Now, with this rumor and with this thought process, they already have one designed. Now, this is where I start to question the rumor. When it comes to combiners, it seems like Fanstoys still is trying to figure out what they're doing. Like, they haven't released how it's going to combine. It's not in the instructions with each figure. Nobody has a clue how they're going to go together. And if they've already got designs for all of these figures, it's impossible. There's no way they have it. Because they're still trying to figure out the first 2, because they haven't even released it. Okay. Maybe they're afraid DX9 and X-Transbots is going to copy their engineering. No. It's too late in the game. But they still haven't come out. They still haven't shown how it's going to combine. We still don't get actual color prototype figures. So that makes me question, I don't think they have all the combiners designed yet. People say they want a Devastator from Fanstoys. I've heard it many times. And I wouldn't be against it, but man, the thing's gonna be. I mean, $700 for 5-piece combiner, 700 and something. How much is it gonna cost for a 6-piece combiner? $800-900? I don't know. And Toy World is good enough. You can get one version of that for a decent price, I'm sure. And of course, people are talking about Bruticus. Yeah, there is not a perfect Bruticus. I think Zeta is big, beefy, looks good. I'm not going to deny that it looks good. The same thing with MMC. It looks good, except on the other end of the spectrum, it's too small. People really feel like Fanstoys would nail this one and just get rid of everything else they have Bruticus. And I don't know. I mean, it's too soon to tell if they can even hold a combiner together properly. So then do they have the more obscure combiners? Or more like the Predaking? I mean, we're supposed to be getting one from Zeta. Who knows what's going on with that. But we got the Predaking coming if they have a design. These are Piranacons and Piranacon and Abominus. So looking at these two, would they have a design for these guys? Like, I'm not sure. Would they even have a design for either of these? If they haven't gone as far as to truly even have Minosaur pre-designed and ready to go out the gate, I wouldn't think these are pre-designed and ready to go out the gate. Now, we know they have a design for Fortress Maximus, which makes me think they probably already do have a design for Metroplex. You know, these big ones that they're going to make, if they make them, a lot of people feel like the Fort Max would be just a proof of concept. Great, we could do it, but they don't actually do it. I would like to see it get made. I would. I'm curious about price and all that stuff. But it's interesting to think, well, would they go as far as to do all of the Citybots? How would they scale all the Citybots? And if they do have designs, it's also interesting that they never put sort of like a background reveal for any of the other ones. So that brings us to Trypticon and Scorponok. So would Trypticon and Scorponok be something they've already got a design for? Is it something that would scale the same as Metroplex and Fort Max? Would it be bigger or smaller? How would they do the head on Scorponok? It's a lot of interesting things that I'd like to know. And if they already have a design, then, you know, some of this stuff could possibly get answered, right? We would really want to see the first Citybot come out. But if they simply have a design, and they haven't gone much further than maybe a CAD design, and they still have details to work out, that's almost understandable. So let's look at some 1986 movie bots that they haven't put out, that they might put out. And I've heard a lot of people really saying they'd love to see a Rodimus, even though we have their Hot Rod, which gets complained about a lot. And yes, even though people complain about Hot Rod left and right, now the price is shooting up and everyone wants them. When he came out and was abundant, you can get them at every third-party distributor, there was a lot of hate. The hate has subsided, and now the want is setting in. But now they want a Rodimus. And I don't think it's a bad idea. I think MP09 looks great. I mean, if you're looking at MP09 right now, it looks great. It looks good on my shelf. I mean, I don't really see how Fanstoys could improve a lot on this figure. I could see a little, but not a lot of improvement. I don't think it would be twice or 3 times as good. It'd be like 12% better, have a little bit of weight behind it, probably not break as easy. Well, I don't know. Maybe it would break as easy. But this is a figure that they would do. But this gets into another territory or issue where Takara has put some characters off limits to third party. This is another rumor. So this is a rumor within a rumor. And the rumor within a rumor is that Takara says you can't make some of these figures. Some of these figures, if you make them, we're going to have a problem with it. But you can make all these other characters, and it's fine. But this handful of characters you can't make, which makes me think that there is a relationship between the third-party companies and Takara, because you don't see them stepping on Takara's toes. Takara can step on third-party's toes all they want. You don't see third-party step on their toes unless, you know, you get Zeta, and you saw what happened to Zeta. The other curious character that you just don't see a better version of from any company is Ultra Magnus. And I'm not gonna lie, I have this guy. I had two of them actually. I sold one of them off. I'm not as happy with him as I'd like. I mean, overall, he's okay. But for a 2020 standard, I don't think he lives up to it. In fact, he just doesn't work compared to all of the things we're getting today. I still think we're going to see something from MP44 with attachable armor, like parts forming, like G1, from Takara. But what if Fanstoys actually had a design for this? I'm also interested in what Fanstoys would do with Wreck-Gar. What if Fanstoys made a Wreck-Gar, or they have a design for a Wreck-Gar? Wouldn't it be really interesting to see how they go about it? What the transformation would look like? I know X-Transbot's transformation isn't the most fluid, smooth thing, but it works. It gets the job done. Would it be better or worse than what X-Transbots did? Well, KFC or whatever. Now, I would actually place a bet on this that they have a design for Scourge. I mean, you think about it, Galvatron, Cyclonus. Why not a Scourge? I mean, why is it not even out yet? It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense to design those other figures and not Scourge. It seems like Scourge would even be an easier one to design than either of the other two. And it seems like people would want to army build Scourge. And it doesn't make sense they haven't made this guy yet. Really an interesting kind of conundrum we're in. I almost guarantee you there's a design for this guy. And then here's the other thing. I think they have a Quintesson design. And here's why. Anytime X-Transbots drops a release, Fanstoys wants to one-up it. And I think it's because they have so much already promised and revealed that they haven't put out their design of what a Quintesson would look like. But I feel like Fanstoys has a Quintesson design. First off, it's easy, simple, something real easy to do. I don't know why that we haven't gotten multiple third-party companies jumping on this yet. It doesn't make sense. It's one of the easiest figures to make, by far. And then, of course, you can move on to all of the other figures that would be in that realm. But I'm sure Fanstoys has thought about this and has some sort of design. So moving into how obscure of designs would Fanstoys actually have already made, and even a CAD design, on the computer, of course. Runabout and Runamuck. I mean, would they have a Runabout and Runamuck? How far are they going to go? How far have they already gone? You know, people that are passionate about things are passionate about it more than you see. Like, you might look at something or someone or Fanstoys and go, man, they're pretty passionate. But behind the scenes, it might blow your mind. They might have a Runabout and Runamuck already designed, already to where they could make a prototype. They could start 3D printing it. It might shock you. They might have it. Start looking into obscure characters and people start to say, well, hold on, back it up. Roadbuster's a bit too obscure. Fanstoys wouldn't mess with it. Maybe they have a Roadbuster. Maybe they don't. Who knows? It starts to make me wonder. Like, I've heard this rumor so many times that when I hear this rumor, my first thought always goes to, what obscure figures would there be? Would this be one of them? Would they go into more obscure cassettes? Like, we know they're putting out their Soundwave eventually, 1 year, whenever they can get it out. And they're going to put the cassettes too. And are they going to plan to do every cassette? I'm not against it. I actually think their cassette designs are fantastic. So, for me, I think that's a great idea. Do they have designs for Monster Bots that would, blow the existing MP Monster Bots out of the water? I mean, it could. Maybe they do. And that would be pretty cool. And seeing how they already have the most sought-after Insecticons, do they have any plans for deluxe Insecticons? Do they have designs for deluxe Insecticons? It'd be pretty interesting. What about the Target Masters or the Headmasters? You start thinking about how obscure you're going to go. They're doing some Headmasters. but they're not doing all the Headmasters, and makes toys stop dead in their tracks with their Headmaster option. But does Fanstoys have a design? Do these people love this so much they have some sort of design that they could start 3D printing tomorrow and start taking to the next level if they decide that it's lucrative? Now, I'm going to level with you. I don't think they have any MicroMasters planned. I don't think they've taken the time. But I might be wrong. I mean, it's possible. I was wrong, once back in 1990 something. My wife has the date, so I'll have to refer to her to get the date I was wrong. No, anyway. I don't think that they're all over pretenders. I just think that there's a line at which they're, we're not going to go into that just yet. And I think that there's a line. I think Fanstoys draws that line, and that we're not going to do pretenders, we're not going to do MicroMasters, we're barely in Headmasters. And we do make Target Masters that come with major characters. But there's that line, that stopping point. I do believe that Fanstoys' swan song, when they feel like they've made everything that you could make, they already have an amazing design for a Megatron and an Optimus Prime, and you will see those in the end. I think they're holding out. They're saving the best for last. I think that that's something they've got a design for. I also think Takara told them it's off limits, but we've got all the other third parties that are out there. So you might say, oh, well, that's not really off limits. Maybe it's just a marketing ploy or some tactic Fanstoys is using. But I guarantee you they have a design for both these guys. It wouldn't make sense that they don't. Let me know what you think. Does Fanstoys have a design for all or most G1 Masterpiece Transformers? Or have we seen all that they're thinking about making? Have we seen everything? Do we already know everything they're putting out? Like, subscribe, and Titanium Hanger out.